Hi guys, how's it going today? So today I'm going to tell you my top 10 travel related TV shows that I enjoy to watch or have really enjoyed to watch in the past. I have seen all of these programs and I do recommend them for an inspiration into traveling. Well, one on the list is Long Way Round. Now this is presented by a guy called Charlie Borman and a guy called Ewan McGregor. Now, he was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars series, and these guys are really cool. They start off and they've got these massive big touring bikes, and they go around the world on these big touring bikes. They do actually have another series called Long Way Down as well, where they go down the world, and the other one, Long Way Round, is obviously they go the long way around the world on these bikes. It's pretty incredible what these guys get up to. Number 2 is An Idiot Abroad. Now, Idiot Abroad is very funny, and basically it's Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, and they send their friend Carl Pilkington, who is a real English idiot, around the world to different places. And I think there's like 3 seasons or 4 seasons out now, and it's pretty funny what Carl gets up to and the situations that Ricky and Stephen put him in. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Number 3 is a program called T4's Ultimate Traveller. Now, I watched this before I ever went backpacking, and it gave me quite a big inspiration to go backpacking. It only aired for 1 season, and basically I think they got 10 backpackers and they sent them to Indonesia and basically gave them challenges and put them into groups. Sometimes they had to work on their own, but they were given a certain amount of money and they had to island hop across Indonesia. I think at the end the winner got like £10,000, but it's a really good TV series and it sort of gave me quite a lot of inspiration. Number 4 is a guy called Levison Wood, who is an ex-British soldier. And basically Levison Wood has a series out where he walks from the start of the River Nile to the end of the River Nile. It's amazing what happens in this TV series. He starts up in the hills of where the Nile is like a tiny little stream and ends up obviously at the coast, and along the way what happens and the stories that he gets up to and the things that happen to him along the way are absolutely crazy, and it's definitely worth checking out. Number 5 is a favourite of mine, which is Banged Up Abroad, and this is just stories around the world, like true stories around the world of people that have got themselves into situations of being banged up in prisons abroad. And some of the stories are a little bit different. Like one of the stories was like from ex-POW in like Vietnam. You can have like a woman that is pregnant that's gone over to South America and like tried to smuggle drugs back and then being caught, and she's had to give birth in like a South American prison. Just the stories are unreal, and like it's definitely worth checking out. This program gave me quite a few good tips of like what not to do while traveling, which is like, when I say that, it's like just like simple things, like if you do get wrongly accused, like never to sign any paperwork from like foreign police that try and make you like sign a confession basically. So yeah, it gives you quite a few good tips on like what not to do. Number 6 is a program called River Monsters, and this is by a guy called Jeremy Vine, and he goes around the world and he catches river monsters, and like that's what he does. Like, and some of these fish and river monsters that he catches around the world are just insane. Like one story off the top of my head was in India they burn a lot of bodies on the side of the river Ganges, and basically this is like a ritual of theirs, and not all of the bodies are completely burnt. So after they sort of had the fire, they push a lot of the bodies into the river Ganges. Anyway, these massive catfish that live in the river Ganges have got the taste for like human flesh, and a lot of people have gone missing. Like these big catfish are coming up underneath swimmers, sucking in and drowning people, and then like eating them on the bottom. It's just insane. Number 7 is a program called The Hairy Bikers. Now these guys are from the northeast of England, sort of where I'm from. I think they might actually be Geordies, I'm not too sure. And these guys are really good. They're really into food, they're really good chefs, and they go around the UK on like big bikes, and they make a lot of the food, and they go to like different places, and they've recently done a series where they're in Asia and they do sort of a similar thing. So definitely check these guys out. Hopefully you'll be able to understand their accents, because they do have quite thick accents. Number 8 is Bruce Parry, and he is a big traveler. He goes, this is like a top budget travel series. He goes around the world and he stays with like tribes and stuff, and he's a bit crazy. Like he eats weird things and drinks weird stuff, like hallucinogenic roots, like with these tribes, and he goes into like hallucinogenic states and he starts throwing up everywhere in these little huts and stuff. He's kind of a crazy guy, but he's definitely one to look out for and to check out. Number 9, hopefully you've heard of this guy. This guy is called Bear Grylls, and Bear Grylls is an ex-SAS serviceman for the British forces, and he goes around the world and he's like a survival expert. Now he has some really good series on surviving, and also he's done this like new series where he takes celebrities around with him. And if you are American, definitely check out the Barack Obama episode where Bear Grylls teaches Barack Obama how to survive in the wilderness. It's a pretty funny episode. Number 10 is Simon Reeve, and he's a really cool guy. He goes around the world and basically tells you about the culture, tells you about the people and where he is, and gets into like food and everything. He's a really cool guy. Just one episode off the top of my head is when he's in the Seychelles and he meets this English guy who bought an island in the Seychelles. And this guy bought this island about 50 or 60 years ago, and he bought it for like £5,000 or something, right? Anyway, this guy lives on there, and he has these massive turtles that live on this island with him. And this guy is being contacted by numerous hotels, basically to sell the island to them so they can put like a hotel on there. He's been offered millions and millions of pounds for this island, but this guy will not sell his island. If I remember rightly, in the episode he said he's going to donate the island to like the national sort of park that's down there and make sure that no hotel is ever built on this island, which is pretty cool. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of my top 10 travel shows, and the Q&A will be tomorrow. So if you are watching this video, come back tomorrow and check out the Q&A where I'll be answering all of your questions.